Online Video Games here, and this is part 2 of the series of a controversial topic, which is, should I get an Xbox 360 or should I get a PS3, and which system should I get and why. And last time we were talking about, well, I guess I was talking about the online play, and I informed anyone who watched my previous video that I believe that Xbox Live is superior to PSN for multiple reasons. First, it has an easier interface. Second, the Xbox 360 comes with a headset. Third, there's many Xbox 360 exclusives such as Gears of War and Halo that are geared towards online multiplayer. And fourth is the navigation menu seems a lot easier and seems to be a lot less steps in the PSN. I mean, there's party chat, there's video chat, you can send a private message, and it seems to be easier to send friend requests or a friend request, and also your achievements stack up on the PSN. You get trophies, and Xbox Live offers many services such as YouTube, Hulu, Netflix, probably ESPN, game demos, video trailers, movies. It offers a lot, and it's very the menus are very user friendly, I think. Alright, so that's basically what I talked about, and summarized into a shorter version. Alright, so when price is identical, I've been getting games for the Xbox 360, but for the next generation of games, I'm probably going to get them for the PS4 as opposed to the new Xbox console, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about reasons why in, I guess you could say, this video series. So let's compare the controllers. Now, in the past I preferred the Xbox 360 controller, but today I prefer the PS3 controller. Now, when you buy a PS3, the controller comes with a charger, so it can play and charge, or you could charge it separately. It really doesn't matter, whichever way is comfortable for you. And these are the controllers. I'm going to compare them side by side. Like the RB button on my controller does not work. I have to hit it on the side, and I also have to hit it hard. If I don't hit it hard, then the RB button won't activate in game, which means if I tap RB, nothing will happen. But on the other hand, if I hit it on the left side and hit it hard, or hard enough, and then the button will activate, so I can get a response. So let's compare these controllers real quick, and let's look at the positive aspects and negative aspects. So here's the Xbox 360 controller, and it doesn't come with a charger, so you have to lay out another $20 to get a play and charge kit. And as you guys can see, there's really no real D-pad here. On the PS3, the D-pad is separate. What else? I also can't stand in Call of Duty when if you sprint, you have to hold this one down, and if you push it forward, and as you guys can see, there's part of my thumbstick rubber has been ripped off because you have to push it down and push it forward so hard that it starts I guess deteriorating the rubber on the thumbstick. Also, this control seems to be a lot bigger than the PlayStation 3 controller. Now, the PlayStation 3 controller is a lot more precise. One disadvantage is these thumbsticks, even though they feel a lot more accurate, similarly to a mouse, they can easily get a lot more loose. Fortunately, these haven't become severely loose yet, but it actually has a real D-pad. And I love the way the thumbsticks are positioned. It just feels a lot more natural for me to have thumbsticks positioned at the same exact spots, as opposed to having them laid out this way. Now, the advantage to having a smart controller is it seems easier to get to the buttons in time. Now, what I mean by that is there's less space between an object, the easier it is to get to it. For example, if I want to get from California to New York, well, I guess that's a state, but let's try to we'll think of an object. If I want to touch a tree in New York and then touch a tree in California, I'm going to have to go on a plane ride, take a car, train, however I get there, it's going to take me a plethora of time. On the other hand, if I want to touch, let's just say, a tree in New York, touch one tree in New York and then touch another tree in New York, it's going to take me a shorter amount of time to get there. And when you're, I guess, using your hands to play these video games, if the buttons are closer together, they're going to be easier to reach. You're going to be able to reach them in a shorter amount of time because they're a smaller distance apart. Just like traveling from a tree to touching one tree in New York and touching another tree in New York will take you a short amount of time, unless you're a wizard. Raffle. That was just a joke, by the way, which is not funny. Or if you could teleport like Alakazam, another joke, which is not funny. But it'll take you a short amount of time to touch one tree in New York and then touch another tree in New York than it will to get from one tree in California to another tree in New York. So I hope you guys understand the point I'm getting at, which is it just feels a lot more natural since the thumbsticks are in the same spot, and they're also a lot more comfortable when you sprint forward. You push this down and you push this one forward. This one has very soft rubber padding. This one, on the other hand, feels a bit harder. And if you push against this, it has very nice rubber padding on top of the thumbstick. And since the buttons are close together, it's easier to execute. So to me, this feels a lot more unnatural than this, which is in the same exact spot. Alright, plus I have to pay another $20 to get a play and charge kit, and there's a D-pad on the PS3 controller, so ultimately, since the PS3 controller comes with a charger, the thumbsticks have better padding in my opinion. The thumbsticks are in a better spot. It has a D-pad. I would ultimately say that the PS3 controller is far superior to the Xbox 360 controller. It's fine if you want to disagree, you're entitled to your opinion. Alright, now the next topic we're going to be talking about will be the disc. So stay tuned for the next part. We do a side-by-side comparison.